surprise him, John.
Yep, got it.
Relatives. You're the reason.
Celebrate Dick Craven's 70th birthday. Richard Frank Craven and his twin brother Robert Allen were born on
Robert Allen.
Were born on April 13th, 1943 in Hollywood, California. That's where he gets his movie star good looks and his Don Rickles sense of humor and all of his charm from Hollywood. When Bob and Dick were born, they were born into a family that already had a set of twin girls who were 11 months older. So, and Dick's dad was in the Navy, and he was stationed there in California, so his mother had the job of bringing all 4 of these babies back to Wisconsin, which she fortunately had some help along the way. She took the train. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I don't want to take too much time. I know Gretchen has a few words she'd like to say. I would just add to the fact that I was attracted to his movie star personality, of course, and his movie star good looks. But at the same time, I was very attracted to Dick when I met him in the 60s for 2 very special reasons. One was that I kind of grew up in a sort of negative family, would you kind of say?
You're up there.
And Dick Craven is a real people person. And I think for me it was very refreshing. This was a man who really looked and believed sincerely in people. He respected everybody. He rarely said anything negative about anybody. And I really respected that. And then also his great faith. He had a very strong faith, and his commitment to Jesus Christ was just really a blessing to me. So those were the attractions that I had for him in the 60s when we married.
Is that it?
I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go on and on and on. But I would like to say.
We got a lot of time.
I would like to say just a couple of other things. One is that we all know what it's like to give someone a pet name or a nickname or, you know, kind of an affectionate name for someone that we really are fond of or like. And Dick has had a lot of those over the years. Everything from Porky, which was the first one I found out about. He was 25 pounds heavier when I met him. And he was on the softball team where he was the pitcher. And they called him Porky. I was very surprised because I did not see him as being overweight or... So anyway, Porky.
He used to be.
Now he's taller. Skipper was another one. Dickie Doorknob was another one. Dickie Bird was another one. He slept with his hands in his armpits.
That's in everybody?
The kids, the grandchildren call him Pops. Gretchen and John's kids call him Pops. The Russian grandchildren call him Grandpapa and Grandpa in Denver. So.
And he calls himself Ricardo.
And he calls himself Ricardo. and I don't. And he's been doing this. He's been calling himself Ricardo for about 10 years, 8 or 10 years now. And I don't discourage it because it's the closest thing to learning a foreign language he's going to ever. So anyway, but at the end of the day, when his creator looks down on him and smiles and says, "Well done, my good and faithful servant," that's the most cherished title that he has. So that's all I have to say. Gretchen, would you have anything you'd like to say before dinner? Because otherwise I'll offer a prayer.
I might just surprise everyone and go up in a little bit.
Okay.
That won't be a surprise, no.
Okay.
Sam,
Thank you.
there were more than one.
You especially, you're going to be speaking.
Hello? Sorry.
Yeah.
Surprise!
I didn't think she was going to speak.
Okay, well, I just want to say thank you, everyone, for coming, because my dad's birthday was in April, so this is a really fun surprise.
Whatever.
He's in Florida.
I'm older now, yeah.
He's older, he's matured, and
Yeah,
I would say
quite a bit.
maybe not. Anyway, so we didn't really celebrate much in Florida, so I just wanted to do something with his close friends here and family and celebrate what a great guy he is. My dad and I have always had a really close relationship, and he's always been a huge part of my life, and so I just am super grateful for that. And I just wanted to celebrate and tell him how much we all love him, and that he's such a great guy, and he's just so special. He's a baby. Okay. He's a crybaby, but we still love him. Anyway, happy 70th. And I love you. And if anyone else has anything to say, we'll leave the mic up here. If you want to say something good or bad, that's okay too. So thanks for being here.
Cheers.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Thank you.
Are they Orno?
These are public speakers.
He does. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Paid speakers, yes.
Paid speakers.
It's off, Tony.
Turn it on.
This is embarrassing.
That's a good lead-in. That is a good lead-in. I'm Joan Cornwell, and I just want to say a few words about Dick, because I haven't had this opportunity. He has done a lot of teasing over the years.
No.
And yes, he has been very good at picking out our flaws. Many of you might know that. And teasing us about it. Never maliciously, I might add, but so now it's our chance. So first of all, I want to say that I first met Dick because he came to our house and was going to do business with Ron. And he looked about 10 years old. And I thought,
But a little porky.
Porky 10-year-old. Because he looks so young. And I thought he was going to be tricking Ron. So when he left, I said, Ron, I don't think you should do business with him.
Don't trust him.
I don't know that he'd be trustworthy. He looks very young. And I would say that my feelings have evolved. He's very trustworthy, but he still looks just as young.
Sweet.
But anyway, I bet a lot of you here think that Dick is very easy to get along with, very pleasant, joyful. Do you all think
Ginger
that?
said.
Well, I want to tell you something different.
He doesn't like
we traveled a little bit with Dick and Ginger. We've had a lot of trips to Europe, and one of my best memories is going through Vienna looking for our hotel room. Now, those of you who have been to Vienna know how hard it might be, but Anyway, Ginger asked somebody on the street, I asked somebody, and Ron asked somebody, and he's just snarling at us. 3 of you are asking directions, and we still don't know where we're going.
I was just driving. I picked it up.
He was always our driver, yes. But then also we have the experience of playing cards, and Ginger and Dick and Ron and I played a lot of bridge over the years. But Ginger and I play together, we don't play with them. And so, anyway, and he'd be so cheerful, and he'd had so much fun. He was just fun-loving and great to be with until he started to lose.
Yes.
Surly. He just got surly.
Yeah.
Very surly.
That's probably enough. Next.
But and then I have to say 2 things about Dick, 2 things that are special. And one is that he has been a very special friend to my husband Ron. And over many, many years, they've had a very special friendship. And I think this is a little uncommon amongst men. They get together often for breakfast, and they've been very supportive of one another. Now, Ginger and I know that when they get together, they're probably complaining about us. But we don't care because it's just been a really supportive relationship.
Special time.
And then through thick and thin in our family, Dick and Ginger have been there. And Dick has always been supportive and so on. So we are very grateful always for that. And don't ever change your telephone number without telling us, because we need to be able to call you.
Thank you.
She made one mistake, Dick. We never lost, so you couldn't have. Well, I was thinking about what to say tonight, and I was thinking I'll tell some stories sort of decade by decade. I won't go through all the decades because we wouldn't leave here till Thursday. Anyway, one thing I remember is we were on a ski trip in Colorado, and skied hard all day and came back in, and Dick and I wanted to hit the hot tub. Well, unfortunately, I didn't have my bathing suit, so Dick, in his magic, disappeared for a few minutes and came back with a paper bathing suit. For me.
That's cute. You look real good
And I
at it.
said, no way. I looked at it, and I think it had a guarantee of 15 minutes. So I went on one condition, that Dick would not point me out or tell anybody. You think he did?
How do you like this paper?
No, he said, a bunch of girls were coming in at the same time, and he told every one of them, he said, don't sit too close to him, he's got a paper suit. Then we had another great trip to Las Vegas. We saw the Carpenters and a stage concert. And as you know, people have been there, you sit about 2 inches apart. It's wider if Dick would have paid him $1 tip, but he wouldn't do it. So, anyway, we were literally sitting 2 inches apart, and Ginger was on one side of Dick, and I can only say a voluptuous, gorgeous girl from Galveston, Texas was on his other side. And Dick is a very conversational person, so he started talking to her. And at that same time, a photographer came in to take pictures of the couples. Guess what happened?
I'm with her. No, Ginger.
She aimed right at Dick and Miss Galveston. And do you think Dick made any effort to correct the situation?
Absolutely.
Okay, a couple quick golf stories. Hazelton, a number of years ago, a long time ago, Dick had, he'd been having trouble. He was hitting into the water quite a bit. He hit a bunch of balls.
That's odd.
So
That's
anyway,
surprising.
we finally get to a hole where there's no water, and Dick is on the tee, except there was a pond 30 yards behind us. This is a true story, you can't make it up. He gets on the tee and says, well, at least I won't be in the water on this hole. He rips it, it hits a tree in front of us, back over our heads. Honest to God, in the pond.
Doesn't surprise anybody either.
And everybody can do
Then,
that.
kind of the next golf deal was up at Fair Hills Resort where we all went to with our kids. And Dick and I were on the ninth hole, very short par 3. Beyond the hole was a bridge where a lot of people would come and watch the players. And beyond that was a row of cabins. Beyond that, in the distance, was a swimming pool. Dick gets up to hit, and he's got the rolling club or something. He goes way over everything, the cabins included. He hits a roof, it bounces onto the concrete. We didn't know it until later. It rolled up into the swimming pool where Ginger and Joni were reading a book. The ball stopped right between them, and Ginger looks at Joni, says, "It's got to be Dick."
Very true. Unfortunately.
Dick and I show up about 2 minutes later because we were done with it, and we weren't looking for the ball. No, needless to say, we didn't want to see the ball. But anyway, Ginger showed him the ball.
I got my ball back.
Last golf story. Next day, the 4 of us are playing on the same hole, number 9, short par 3, and Dick has decided to give Ginger a lesson on how to improve her swing.
Because he was so good.
Which makes sense, the guy that just hit it off.
Makes
He would
So
know.
anyway, you have to visualize Fair Hills. The main road comes in to the resort past the 9th hole, tee box. And just as Ginger's getting ready to hit after her lesson, a car pulled up and stopped. And he probably didn't want to bother Ginger, or maybe he just wanted to watch. But anyway,
See what happens.
It's a hot day, the windows are down.
This is a dick roast?
Because it was your host.
Yeah, I was your coach. I taught you how to do this.
It was a hot day, the windows are down, and Ginger, I don't know how you did it, but she hit a pop-up that went left and right through the back window
Oh, no.
into a bag of groceries.
True story.
I don't play golf. These two. There's no hope for me.
Okay, now, I've got to switch gears a little bit, and I just have to say that you could not have a better friend than Dick Craig, and that is not just for me, but for all of you, for anybody. And he's an absolute authentic person. I can't say enough about him, and he's helped us through the hard times and good times, and I actually thank God that our paths crossed, because we've had so many experiences and good times with you. And he introduced me to BSF, one of the best things that ever happened. And it only took me, after he suggested it, only took me 5 years to jump right into it. So it's one of the best things that ever happened to Dick. You're a great friend, and we love you, and thanks a lot.
Oh, thanks, Brad.
I want to start out by saying that I met Dick and Ron through a business deal. I also met Dick through Treehouse. I also met Dick through Bible Study Fellowship. And in this world today, we need ethical businessmen like Dick and Ron. Guys, you've set an example and you're a shining star. I want you both to know that. But golf stories. Now,
There's more.
as you all know, Dick is a wise businessman. Would all of you agree that he's a very good businessman? So Dick and I are playing golf, and we pull up in the cart, and it's a par 3. And they have a circle on the green, and if you hit the ball inside there, if you pay $20, then you get $40 of gifts in the pro shop. But if you get a hole-in-one, you get $800, I think it was, Dick, if you make a hole-in-one. So Dick turns around and he says, Larry, I'm putting up the money for you. I'm going to make sure that we get this $800 because you're going to put it in. Naturally, I miss. Dick comes up, hits it, and gets a hole-in-one, and he invested in the wrong guy, so that's one of your bad business investments.
What an investor. was a wise one, though.
But I will tell you that Dick and I had a lot of fun. Dick was very involved with Treehouse, and we used to do a lot of auctions. And I'll tell you, half of the jewelry that his wife has today was bought at Treehouse because somebody had bid and Dick would bid, and somebody had bid and Dick would bid, and nobody would bid up beyond that. And so Dick wound up with jewelry that I can't believe. You bought so much, Dick, and Treehouse benefited. So, Dick, it's a pleasure to be your friend.
Thank you. Yeah,
Oh, it's the birthday boy.
yeah.
It's
Tell him about your
his
birthday.
today.
It's his birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jerry. Happy birthday to you. Hey! You can sit down.
Well, this will be very extemporaneous. Is there a switch on this thing? Or
Yeah, there is.
Pardon?
Can you hear me now? Turn up.
There's a switch on there.
There's a switch on the side, Dan.
Larry turned it off for you.
Probably better off.
Yep, you're on.
You know, unaccustomed as I am to public speaking, I'm going to take a chance because this is honestly a special, very special occasion for a special person. It's been a pleasure listening to all of the funny little anecdotes regarding Dick and his golf game. I understand he really shines at tennis, however.
No.
But I want to just say, I'll try to keep it short, because once before my wife, who is not here tonight, but she said,
Well, who's
"Jerry,
this?
You got it." Yeah. Well, it's, she's somebody who followed me in. That's my daughter Pam.
Hey, Pam.
Hey,
She's
Pam.
a beauty. But I just felt compelled to get up and say a couple of things regarding Dick's birthday and the fact that he's getting older. You know. But I want to start. I'm thankful for everybody in my life. I'm thankful tonight for my son John, who happened to be a friend. I think Greg was in his class. And John would go over to the Cravens to visit Greg. But all of a sudden, he noticed Gretchen. Well, I won't put you through the long courtship, but John and Gretchen obviously hit it off, and it's through John and Gretchen that we became acquainted with Dick and Ginger, and it's been a great ride. We've had a lot of good times together, and Dick has shown kindness to our family, and we certainly appreciated that. I know that he has been the benefactor for a lot of people. He passed the collection plate 3 times past my pew.
It's still nothing.
Well, it kind of ticked me off when I'm sitting on the end of the pew, and the basket comes down, and I put my envelope in, and he just stands there. And pretty soon I looked up and like, what's going on? And he says, "Is that all you got?" So I think that's the year they paid off the church. But it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, Dick and Ginger. You know, it takes 2 to tango. And Ginger has been a wonderful helpmate to Dick. I know that. You can see it in their kids. You can see it in the way they treat their friends. And it's a wonderful expression of Christianity. To me, that's Christianity. So, Jean sends her hellos and wishes you well and hopes that this is not the year you go into diapers.
Me too.
But happy birthday, my friend. Many more.
Thank you.